afternoon, guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you new here, my name is Orla, and today I am actually doing one of my most requested videos that people have been looking for, and it is this bag. It's only a small bag. It's like a little backpack, but I call this my grab and go bag, my hospital bag. Not that I'm not pregnant, but I always like to keep this bag packed. This is the bag that I stand up and grab in the middle of the night when you're called. You get that phone call to say you got to get across the country, something's happened, or you're going out for a night with your friends, and you don't really intend to stay out. But I would always throw this in the back of my car, because if it does happen that I've had a few drinks, obviously can't drive home, or I want to stay out, this is the bag. It stays packed. It has everything in it that I need to survive a night or two. So I'm going to go through it. An awful lot of people have sent me messages asking me what I keep in it. I know one friend, Siobhan, she calls it my witness protection bag, because I said to her if I ever had to stand up on short notice and go, I can go. There's a few little bits missing because I've used the bag quite recently, but I'll tell you them as we get to them. So it's just your standard backpack. It's actually smaller, I'd say, than a secondary school's kid's backpack. It's a little bit smaller. It does have clips on them if you want to secure it. And I know they're called, what are you called actually? Cabin Zero. So it actually goes on as a personal bag, because it fits under the seat in front of you. So that's why it's called a Cabin Zero. So it is, I don't use this for traveling now if I was going on an airline. I think it's not organised enough for me. I have another backpack I use that has loads of pockets in it, because I like everything in a pouch and organised. So that's just, so we're going to get into this. As I said, I think I got this in TK Maxx a couple of years ago. I think it's only like 17 in. It's not a huge backpack, but there's a pocket on the front here. So in this, I just keep a spare mask, because as true as God, in the middle of the night, the last thing you're thinking of packing is a mask. And I keep my glasses, because again, the middle of the night, are you really going to start rooting around? Unless obviously you have to wear them all the time, then of course you can't move without them on your eyes. But reading glasses, that's what I got in here. Now I haven't actually rooted through this bag, so this is Sudafed day and night congestion. As you know, I suffer with my sinuses anyway, so I've obviously thrown that in there for a reason, and that is it. So that's the very front pocket. It is a tall pocket. You can also put magazines and stuff in there if you wanted easy access to them. So then you have the main. Now try and watch everything doesn't go flying. Just came back up there. So this then is the main pocket, and as you can see, I have everything in bags, because that's just me. But this is also handy where, God forbid, you had to go to hospital in the middle of the night. You have a bag packed with your essentials in that, people could bring you up stuff the next day, but initially when you get there, you have what you need. Now, the one thing that is missing out of here, because it's actually in the dishwasher, is my coffee travel mug. I normally keep that in here with some of my own coffee, and because I can drink my own coffee black, so that doesn't bother me. But I like to have a travel mug, because I have found, especially if you're going across the country and there's a garage open, even though you can't go into it, if you do say to them, can I just get some hot water, majority of them will let you, especially down the country. So that's what's missing out of in here. But other than that, I have this bag. Now I'm not going to open, I'm going to just lay this flat, and I'll pull stuff out then as we're going. So the first thing I have in here, is a travel cube. Now what I keep in here is, now imagine you're going to hospital and your husband has to run upstairs and you say to him, grab me some knickers and grab me some bras. He's going to get the ones that he thinks you like the best, or the one he sees you in, plodge around the house, the comfy ones. You might want them. They could have holes in them. We all have those undies. Don't tell me you don't, because you're lying. So what I do is I normally put 3 or 4 pairs of undies in here. I put a bra, 2 changes of trousers. Now they're usually just leggings because leggings take up less room, and 2 tops. And that's what I keep in there. I also keep a pyjamas or a night dress. So, God forbid, you're in the hospital, you can change into your own night dress. The next day you go home, you can change your clothes. And it's just in these compression cubes, which I love. So everything is in there. That's all my clothes. Socks, knickers, bras, tops, bottoms, everything is in there. So I would recommend anybody keeps one of them packed at all times, even for your children, that you have something that, God forbid, you to pick them up and go in the middle of the night and drop them over to their grandmother's because you had to get somewhere. If you pick up this, at least you know they have clothes for the next day, they have the pyjamas with them, and if you need to leave a key with the grandparents, you could, and they could go over and get. But it's just that initial grab, so you don't have to think. I don't know about you, but if someone wakes me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, my brain doesn't think, A, I've no coffee left in my system, and B, it's the bloody middle of the night. So my brain is going, you want me to think about what? And by the time I've done all that, I've probably wasted an hour. So this just cuts down on that. You just pick up the bag and go. So that always stays. As I said, I come home, wash what I've used and repack. So that's that. So then I have this little bag. And what I keep in here is a cable for all devices. So I have my USB, I have my Android cable for my touchpad, I have my, an aux cable in case I need to plug it into the car. I have one of them, and I have a Apple thing as well. So I keep all them in there, because the only thing that I don't pack in here and I don't keep packed at all times is my touchpad, because that stays by my bed in its case. I usually play games on it before I go to sleep, so I will just pick that up. But that's all I need. That's the only thing I have to pick up. So I keep all the cables, and these are all spare cables. So we have cables obviously in the house, but these are spare. So these are always in that bag. So if I go and I have to drive, I don't know, up to Letterkenny, and I get there, it's the middle of the night, I know I have my cables with me, I know I can charge my phone. So again, just that panic, just that having to think is gone. So that's what I keep in there. Essential that I keep in my bag at all times, and this is just, Kerry actually put me onto this. This is dry shampoo. I always keep a can of dry shampoo. If you know, you know. It's just a lifesaver. So that's in there. I have a loose pair of socks. I don't know why. They're loose at the moment. I also have a pair of headphones. Now, you know yourself, you're sitting in a hospital and you're trying to relax, because I do have, you can get the meditation and the stuff. You have to just be listening to that. So if these are ones I bought, these are really good. I think I got them on Amazon. They're not noise cancelling, they're noise minimizing, shall we say. And if I want to sit there, or if I'm waiting in a waiting room or whatever, and obviously you can't play things in the middle of the night, these are always, or if you're at someone's house and you cannot sleep, it's handy to put your headphones on, listen to your meditation or listen to your ASMR or whatever you listen to help you go sleep. And the headphones are great. So I always have headphones packed in that bag. I also have a headphone splitter. It's a unicorn, I think, or it's meant to be a unicorn. But I always have a headphone splitter, because if whoever I'm going to visit, or if I'm in a waiting room, sometimes people don't have battery life, or they need something, and it's just handy if you can share one, especially if you're trying to conserve battery life. So they're my headphones. As you see, they come in a nice case, so they're protected, they're not just thrown in. So that's there. So then we have, actually I'm going to leave this to the end. This is this big bag. So then on the inside of the cover flap, I have another two sections. So in the top section, what I keep in here, actually can't take them all out, is I take a Playwork travel, and they are a rehydrate electrolyte thing you pop into water, and there are vitamins and minerals in them. The reason I bring them with me is if you're after driving during the night, or you're in hospital and you've been up all night, your body can tend to be a little bit, you're obviously stressed, so you're booting through adrenaline, you're booting through everything. Obviously you've got worry, all this going on. Or if you're out with your friends and you're after having a few drinks, one of them in water before you, a pint of water before you go to bed, and one when you wake up in the morning, does wonders for a hangover, especially as you get older, in fairness. But I like them because, as I said, they hydrate, the vitamins, minerals. After a long night, what's it saying here? After a long night, before a long flight, or during a hard day, it's worth it. This is physiology. So yeah, so I always keep them handy. Then in here, I keep my multivitamins. Now I do swap them out obviously, but I keep 4 days multivitamins in there, and they're just handy to have with me. I have magnesium, a multivitamin, and a vitamin D. I think it's a vitamin D, because we all know in Ireland we don't get sun. I mean, it's only times 5:15 here. It's pitch black out, so we know we don't get enough vitamin D. And then I also keep two little refills for my vape, because if I'm that stressed or I'm out or whatever, I'm not running out of vape juice. So I bring them with me. So then for the bottom section here, this is the snack drawer. So in here I've got these, that's a protein wafer biscuit. I have one of them. What else do we have? A Nature Valley Crunch. I have one of them. Oh, I have a pack of Randoms. Randoms juicers. Liquid filled awesomeness. Have them. And we one more. I have a Yes bar, almond, cranberry and dark chocolate. So again, you're traveling in the middle of the night, or you come in and you have a dose of the munchies after being out in the night. At least you know what you're eating. Okay. So then over here is the final section of the bag. And it's a little pocket back here. Now I would slide my touchpad in here as well. But in here I keep a notebook, which is just writing paper. And I can't keep a Sassy Planner, I bought that off I think. But I keep a notebook because, especially if you're talking to doctors or anything like that, you need something to take notes with. And then I see something else that must have got away. All right. Okay. So that is a Vaseline lip balm. So obviously I just threw that in. So that's in there as well. And then finally I have a magazine. Now it can be any magazine of your choice. It doesn't have to be this breed. This just has, I like it because it's all about mindfulness and well-being and things like that. And in fairness, the stories would be like 1 page. So it's not a heavy read. It's not something where you have to sort of concentrate on. You can do this while you're sitting there just passing the time. I find sometimes as well it helps me sleep when I read beforehand. And I haven't put a book in here for the simple reason of if something had happened, God forbid, and I was somewhere like a hospital or having to get to somebody in hospital or stuff, if I knew it was going to be a few nights, I could go buy a book. But this is really if you're waiting to see a person or you've had to go across the country to get to a person and you just get to their house, and you know the way sometimes you can be a bit revved up when you get there. It just sort of is something to read that can calm you down. So yeah, so I like that. I like that book. So that is what's it. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I was nearly going to finish, lads, and I hadn't even shown you the bag. So that's the bag, as I said. It's very thin. It's nothing major. It goes on your back, a padded thing, so it's comfy, it's quick, it's easy. You can grab and go, literally grab and go. So then in here, this is the bag. This is like my wash bag that I do. And in the middle of my wash bag, I keep my hairbrush. And the reason I keep my hairbrush in there is it actually sits nice. But it means if I need to pull it out and the hairs don't get all over the products inside. So that's why. So then I have 2 sides. Side A, side B, and then there is a middle section. Now in the middle section I keep feminine products, and I also usually have a €20 note in there. And the reason I keep a €20 note in there is because you never know when you're actually going to need cash. Just if it's run down to the shop in a hospital, you just never know when you're going to need cash. So I always keep a spare few bob in there, plus any feminine products you might need, sanitary towels, tampons, anything like that. I keep in there, and that's handy. So what side will we? We'll start with this side. This is so this is side A. So this is like the wash side. As I said, these are only meant to get you through a night or two. They're not meant to be your week's supply for going on holiday. So in here I have a vanity pack. And that has cotton buds, cotton pads and Q-tips. Now I would pick these up in different places. You know, sometimes you can go into a hotel and they have them, and I would pick them. That's what I restock out of here. It's usually mainly travel size stuff. And as I said, I would go to hotels, I would pick stuff up. They're handy. I have these done for each of my kids. They just leave them at the end. They have their own bags picked. They leave them at the end. So God forbid if Kerry fell down the stairs and had to go to hospital, I pick up that bag. It has her charger cable. It has everything she needs. And she's packed it herself. So it's really what she wants in it. So that's the vanity pack. We have one of these little scrunchies things I keep in there. A little mini toothpaste. I used to have a mini mouthwash, but Hayley nicked it off me, so I haven't got it anymore. A little travel sized deodorant. I don't particularly like the sticks. I prefer the roll-on. So when that's done, I will be changing it out for a roll-on. I just find the sticks are very they can be very sore rubbing against you, where the roll-ons tend to be nice. I have some deep moisture body wash for the shower, and that's a Dove. I have 2 little soaps. Again, these were picked up in a hotel, but because they're individually sealed, they're handy. I have a shower comb, you know, the big wide tooth fellas. I have a razor. And I have a toothbrush. So that's what's in that side. That's sort of more the wash side of the wash bag. And as I said, all these are travel size, and you were able to pick them up great. You know, when nobody was traveling and they were trying to get rid of all the travel sizes, that was a good time to pick them up. So then in this side, this is more my creams and my makeup. But this would be duplicate of the creams that I like. I know on a haul, was it Superdrug? I showed me buying some makeup and face cream as duplicates to what I already have to keep in here. Because, I don't know, there's nothing worse than trying to explain to someone when you're in a panic in the middle of the night. And it happened to me when my father was in hospital. Got a phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning that I needed to be down in the hospital. And I knew I was going to be gone for a couple of days, so I needed to grab some stuff. Trying to think and trying to function at 4 o'clock in the morning was impossible. And then to have, now my husband at the time, God bless him, he was trying to help. But he was saying, do you need, will I get, do you need? And when your brain's not functioning and someone then is asking you questions, it was a recipe for disaster. So I find it so much easier now just to keep a bag packed. So the first thing in here, which should be on the other side, is the Aussie shampoo. Again, travel size. Excuse me. So that's the shampoos. That should have gone with the wash side. So then I have here, we have got my collagen serum, and a eye cream. If you can see them, the eye cream and the collagen serum. I don't know why I keep saying syrup. Must be getting hungry. And I have the 2 of them. So they're duplicates of ones I already have upstairs. Then I have some facial wipes. Again, you can't go wrong with facial wipes. I have some chamomile wet wipes, extra soft, 15 pieces, family care. Again, wet wipes, they're just, yeah. They have their value in gold, I think, at this stage. So I have them. Now I keep hand sanitizer in my car at all times. So this is just like an extra hand hygiene gel. So that's kept in my vanity case or whatever, it's wash bag. And then this is Seals. This is a hand cream for extremely dry compromised skin. Seals in moisture to help protect and heal extremely dry skin. Excuse me. So yeah, again, keep that. And in fairness to it, when I was in the hospital with my dad, obviously the heating that's on in the hospitals are crazy. And I actually was using that on my face and I found it really, really good. So then this is like basics. This is just, I have a foundation. Just that foundation there. This is the foundation I use all the time. It has an SPF 30, but I keep it in there. So I'm not having to... Now, there's times I've jumped up and grabbed the bag and my handbag, and there's been makeup in my handbag, which is fine. I don't use this then. But it means if my makeup is missing out of my bag for some reason, I'm not in that panic mode. I'm not going, crap, I'm going to look like shit for days. Like, mascara. And then I have 2 lip balms. I have a Burt's Bee cucumber mint. That's lovely. I have to say that cucumber mint is absolutely gorgeous. The Nivea aloe vera. You can't go wrong with aloe vera, can you? It's probably too bright for you to see. But I keep them in there because, as any of you know, I hate dry lips. I speak about it all the time. And I also had the Vaseline we saw earlier. So they're what's in there. And last but not least, I have this thrown in there. Now, I've never seen this down here. This is Origel Dental, whatever it's called, dental gel. And it's if you have a toothache, it actually goes in, numbs the area. I am a devil for, if I get stressed, I grind my teeth. I don't even realise I do it. But I have actually cracked a tooth on the bottom here from grinding. And when I get stressed, it plays up. It's just what it does. So I always have got into the habit of grabbing. I only can see that where you buy it up north. But when I do find it, I buy 5 or 6 of them. Because as I say, I grind my teeth. So it's not the healthiest of traits to have. So yeah, I get that because, as I said, if I get stressed, I tend to grind my teeth, which causes them to hurt. So I use this then to numb the area to try and take away the pain, because we all know you can't sleep with a dental pain. So that is my grab and go, ever ready hospital bag. Not that I've any intention of going to hospital anytime soon, but God forbid, you never know what this life is going to throw at you. And I'm one of these, I'd rather be prepared than be in panic mode, because if I have things organised and I can stay calmer, I function better. Some people function off the adrenaline and the excitement. Not the excitement is probably the wrong word, but that rush. They do brilliantly and they can organise it. I can't. I'm not that type of person. I like to have things organised. I like to have things in a certain way. So, I mean, there is stuff I'm missing. I've just actually sitting here thinking, I haven't got my pen in, haven't got my highlighter. My coffee mug is in the washing machine, my coffee. So there's loads of stuff you could put in and make it your own. Like, this is only for me, this is what I need to survive for 24 hours until I can get out and get stuff or whatever. So if I get a phone call, I have to go to my mum. I know I'm fine for 24 hours until I get to a shop. And that's the aim of the game, is to know you can survive, that there's no big panic. You're not going thinking, holy crap, I've no knickers with me, or if I get a mark on my top, I've no spare top with me. You have your spare tops, you have your change of trousers, you have everything, so you can be nice and fresh the next day. If the only sleep you're getting is a shower and you have to push through, you will survive. So that is my grab and go bag, my witness protection bag, as Siobhan calls it. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything you need clarity on, or I don't know, you want to know about anything in particular, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer you back. So I will talk to you during the week. Take care of yourselves, guys. Bye bye.